Hello, my name is Ethan King, and this is my semester research project for Intro to Software Engineering. So, what I chose to research was monolithic and microservice architectures, specifically the translating a monolithic architecture to a microservice architecture. Um, what I found through my research was I found a little bit more about some of the differences between monolithic and microservice architecture, where monolithic has everything contained into one sort of code base, while microservice splits everything up into micro code bases to perform each microservice. I also found that there are many different ways of translating a monolithic architecture to a microservice architecture, those being a model-driven static analysis and dynamic analysis, where model-driven, it basically takes in a lot of the documentation done and tries to translate what code is given into a microservice-based one. Static analysis looks at the code as it is raw and tries to translate that into um, a microservice architecture, and then dynamic analysis analyzes the software at runtime to see um, where adjustments can be made to translate into microservice architectures. And I also investigated ways that this can be approached, where you analyze functions within a monolithic software, and then you take out the pieces that you have in, say, like a user story. Within that function, you need to identify them. Then once you've identified them, you assign them to specific microservices. And then you implement those microservices using the new microservice model. Um, Throughout this process, I was able to kind of find that microservices generally tend to work better in the long run due to their horizontal scaling, allowing them to use more um, resources without having to vertically expand like a monolithic software does. However, these monolithic softwares tend, or monolithic architectures tend to be easier to use, which tends to them being used by smaller startups and businesses, as well as new programmers trying to get into creating some of these more projects. Um, what I kind of conclusion that I came to is that it might be better to start off a project in a monolithic model um, in order to kind of get the ball rolling. And then as you're moving forward with the project, to start transitioning into a more microservice architecture to allow for that greater scalability. I hope everything is all good. Thank you for watching. Bye.